The suit wasn't really about the suit. It was about timing. We had engagement photos scheduled for 4 that afternoon. My fiancée had spent weeks coordinating outfits, location, lighting. Her father had flown in the night before. My mother insisted on hosting a small, pre-photo lunch, which meant too much food and too many opinions. My brother cornered me in the kitchen while everyone else debated appetizers. "So," he said casually, opening a bottle of red, "about that loan." It wasn't small. He wanted a significant amount for a motorcycle he'd already emotionally purchased. I'd told him no 3 days earlier. Calmly. With reasons. He heard judgment. "I'm not co-signing or lending," I said again. "You just started a new job. Get settled first." He smirked like I'd delivered a punchline instead of a boundary. When he poured the wine, his elbow swung wider than it needed to. The glass tipped. A dark bloom spread across my jacket, then down the front seam. It happened slowly enough that everyone saw it. There was half a second of silence. "Relax, it's just a suit. $5,000. Tailored, chosen carefully for today." But that wasn't what stung. My mother waved her hand dismissively. "Don't ruin the mood. It was an accident." He didn't apologize. I looked at him, really looked at him, and saw something familiar: the expectation that I would absorb this. That I would clean it up, financially, emotionally, socially, like I always had. I didn't argue. I didn't raise my voice. I just took off the jacket and said, "We'll manage." My fiancée's father, Richard, watched the entire thing without expression. He said nothing. But he saw it. We improvised. I wore a backup blazer that didn't quite fit the tone we'd planned. The photos were still beautiful. My fiancée squeezed my hand more than usual. That night, after everyone left, Richard and I sat on the patio with coffee. He didn't ask directly about the suit. He asked about my brother's new position instead. "Starts Monday, right?" he said.
Yes.
"With us." Richard had offered him the job months ago after reviewing his RA Summe. Operations assistant. Entry level but promising. My brother had been thrilled. He told everyone it was proof he was finally moving up. Richard stirred his coffee slowly. "Does he handle frustration well?" The question wasn't dramatic. It was measured. I could have protected him. I've done it before, smoothed edges, reframed stories, minimized incidents. Instead, I told the truth. Not emotionally. Just factually. The loan request, the refusal, the wine, the laughter, the lack of apology. I didn't ask Richard to do anything. I didn't suggest consequences. I simply stopped editing reality. He nodded once. "I appreciate clarity," he said. At 9:12 the next morning, my brother called. His voice was sharp, unsteady. "Did you say something?" I knew before he explained. Richard had called him at 8:30. A formal conversation. Concerns about professional temperament, judgment under minor stress. Respect for colleagues. The offer was being rescinded before his start date. "It's because of you," my brother said. "You told him about the suit." "I told him what happened," I said. "You cost me my job." "No," I said quietly. "Your reaction cost you the job." There was breathing on the other end. Disbelieving. "It was a joke." "That's the problem," I replied. Later that afternoon, Richard called me not to justify himself but to be clear. "This wasn't about family politics," he said. "If he reacts that way to a personal boundary, I can't trust him with operational pressure. I need people who understand consequences." There it was, not revenge, evaluation. Authority didn't roar. It reviewed. My mother called next, upset. Not at the wine. Not at the pattern. At the outcome. "You could have defended him," she said. "I didn't attack him," I answered. "I just didn't protect him." That distinction hung there, uncomfortable. My brother hasn't apologized. He insists it was blown out of proportion, that it was just bad timing. Maybe it was. But timing reveals things. It doesn't create them. We still see each other at family gatherings, though the tone has shifted. There's a carefulness now. He doesn't ask me for money anymore. He doesn't test boundaries with the same confidence. I didn't celebrate his offer being revoked. I didn't feel victorious. Mostly, I felt tired and strangely lighter. For years, I confused peacekeeping with kindness. I thought absorbing behavior prevented damage. What I've learned is that silence can protect dysfunction, or it can stop shielding it. The suit was replaceable. The pattern wasn't. And sometimes accountability arrives not because you demanded it, but because you stopped interfering with it.